Hello and welcome to another episode of The Short, where we talk about the news from a Black perspective. I'm Fidel Franco. Now, we're going to talk about a story that we've been following in the past couple of months about hockey PEI. On November, a goalie by the name of Mark Connors from Halifax was a victim of racial slurs in PEI. Now, this caused an investigation that lasted around 2.5 months, and the hockey players that gave the racial slurs were suspended. Now it seems to be that hockey PEI is going to stiffen the rules when it comes to behavior or racial slur by giving more penalties. They are calling this disappointing, and there's an increase of all levels of minor hockey that have been going on, and they don't want this to happen again. I think it's a little bit too late, but at least some justice got served. It's not the first time that hockey players of color had said that there has been racism in the rink, so hopefully PEI can learn from this lesson. And shout out to Mike Connors for being a brave guy and trying to do his best to handle this situation. He's not supposed to be doing this. He's just a kid that's trying to play hockey. But hopefully this story is a lesson to people that racism is not okay in sports or in any field, and hopefully we don't see this too often. We know it's going to happen again because it's a white-owned sport, but hopefully this decreases over time. Continuing with Atlantic Canada, the city of Halifax is developing an anti-Black racism action plan. The goal is to educate municipal workers about racial issues in Nova Scotia and the harms that has been done. Now, the bigger plan is to try to eliminate racism in the city of Halifax. Now, what they're trying to do is they're trying to meet with African descent neighborhoods such as North Preston to try to talk to them, and so they can try to educate about the harms that have been done within the generations of racism in the city of Halifax. This is a very complex topic. This is something that is very good for the city of Halifax. I think there is a time to do this, and the time is now. It will be a very challenging thing to do, but I think the best part is trying to do it. However, I do think that things need to be a little bit more legal. When I mean legal, I mean like there should be laws that actually penalize people for racial slur, and they actually get not arrested, maybe fined, but there has to be something that has some type of consequence in order for this to actually succeed. Now, there have been some things that have been being done, like they try to, do seminars and talks and things like that, and, try to include the Black people that have suffered through this, which I think is very, very important. But the fact is that unless there's any legal repercussion, there will be microaggressions like there always have been, and there will be some type of racial discrimination no matter where you are, because it's mainly a white majority country. So let's see how this works. Shout out to the city of Halifax for trying this new step, and we'll see what happens. Now, for our last topic, I'm going to recommend a series. It's called The Porter. It's on CBC Gem. It's about the life of Black people in Canada and the United States, that they kind of unite to the railway system, and how the railway employees are trying to make the first Black railway union. It's quite interesting how you see the lives of Canadians and Americans intertwine, deal with racism, and kind of unite for a cause. I've been seeing the series. Is pretty good. It has a lot of Canadian actors. It is filmed in Canada and in the United States, and it talks about a lot of Black Canadian topics, which I'm really proud about that the CBC has tried to put a light on more Canadian Black series. I think this is a good start, so I will recommend this. Catch that. It's called The Porter, and it's on CBC Gem for free. So yeah, check it out. If anything, please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Fidel Franco. Have a good rest of the day.